A new report by OpenTheBooks.com uncovered the $16 billion in pork projects and congressional earmarks in the past year. And joining us this morning to break it down, CEO and founder of OpenTheBooks.com, Adam Andrzejewski. Happy Friday. Adam,
Happy Friday, Jan.
Earmarks allow federal regulators to use federal taxpayer dollars for their own districts to essentially bring home the bacon, which is why we call these pork projects. Now, these were banned for a decade. Why did they come back, especially at a time when we really can't afford this?
Well, it's like giving open bar to a bunch of alcoholics. Jan, both parties are addicted to spending our taxpayer money, and earmarks is a great example of how that works. And make no mistake, every dime of these earmarks is borrowed against the national debt, so we're going to be paying for each one of these projects for generations. And so you have, here's how it happened. 158 Republicans in a secret vote 6 months ago, last December, voted to join Pelosi Democrats to bring back this corrupt practice of earmarking pet projects in their local districts. And so, look, we're calling on Speaker Kevin McCarthy to have an up or down vote in the well of the U.S. House, a fully transparent vote to see who's in, who's out on earmarks. The American people deserve this transparent up or down vote.
This report is so fun to look at every single year that this has happened. I know there was a pause there for about 10 years, but there are 7,500 local projects. What were your biggest takeaways in this?
So there's all kinds of earmarks in here, for like $500,000 for a Little League baseball field to put AstroTurf on it. The $1 million macadamia nut initiative. Congress literally went nuts. The macadamia nut is rated agriculture's 87th agricultural product, right up there next to mink pelts. And look, we can complain about the $3.6 million Michelle Obama Trail extension. The first part of that was paid for by local taxpayers. Now the rest is paid by federal taxpayers. But then you've got Republicans like in Naples, Florida, Byron Donalds with $5 million for a local Naples, Florida septic project. And the average home price in Naples, Florida is $600,000. They can pay their own way.
I'm looking at $3 million right now to turn Pittsburgh into Hollywood. How do we know residents there want to turn Pittsburgh into Hollywood? Did residents get to choose this? Did they get to vote on this? And also, I see $1 million for a splash pad in Centerline, Michigan. $2.5 million for landscaping roads in the medians in La Mirada, California. I mean, there's just renovating a theater in Dallas. There's a lot of examples of specific projects funded by federal taxpayer dollars. And as you mentioned, we're seeing this, Adam, on both sides. Overall, though, Democrats earmarked $9.1 billion, Republicans $6.4 billion. That's a pretty significant difference of $3 billion. Why the disparity here?
So I think it's who controls Congress. So in the last session, the Democrats controlled the U.S. House. This session, the Republicans do. And what we're seeing is Republican members of Congress, like Susan Collins, she's a U.S. senator. She got $300 million worth of earmarks back to Maine in the last session, but now she's put in for $500 million. You've got the top earmarker in the House. Last time, he was actually a Republican, Randy Weber. He got about $300 million worth of earmarks through. Now he's put in for double that, $600 million. So this is rapidly getting out of control, and that's why we need to declare our independence from earmarks and insist on that up or down vote in the light of day in the House to see who's in and who's out.
Right.
Who's going to give it the thumbs up or the thumbs down?
And this is essentially, obviously, so lawmakers will allow legislation they're against to get pushed through, because they'll say, hey, I'll throw you this for this in your district or that for your city. What can be done at this point, though, to get rid of these?
So look, I think, we have to showcase the outrageous examples on a bipartisan basis. So look, in the last session, you had the two powerful appropriations chair, Leahy, the Democrat, Shelby, the Republican. They earmarked $80 million of our taxpayer money for the universities in their district that are going to house their Senate archives. You've got 4 members, 1 Republican, 3 Democrats that earmarked $6 million to institutions where their wives are executives or professors. And it's all, all of these look small when you took a look at the Republican retiring U.S. Senator from Missouri, Roy Blunt. He earmarked $91 million into 2 university buildings that bear his name, one at the University of Missouri and one at Missouri State University, his alma mater.
Founder of OpenTheBooks.com, Adam Andrzejewski, always a pleasure talking to you. Have a great weekend. Happy 4th if I don't see you.
Thank you, Jan.